Good morning, everyone. It's time to go on the record. New energy and ideas for the city of Boston, the changes that the city could see with some of the new members of the city council, and
global warming, Paris, and the presidential campaign. We sample reaction.
Also, a coveted endorsement for GOP hopeful Chris Christie, the potential impact on the presidential race.
From WCPB Boston, the inside word from Washington to Beacon Hill, today's newsmakers are going on the record.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to OTR. It's time to go on the record this morning, along with News Center 5's Janet Wu. I'm Ed Harding. Our guest this morning is City Councilor-elect Annissa Essaibi-George. Elect because you go in when? When do you go in?
January 4th.
January 4th. She recently beat longtime City Councilman Stephen Murphy for an at-large seat. A little background here. She's from Dorchester. She's a first-generation American whose father immigrated from Tunisia and mother was born in a Polish refugee camp in Germany. She's also a Boston public school teacher with 4 sons in the system and a business owner. And just as a point of note, your teaching is on hold at this moment, right?
Currently on leave.
Very good. Well, great to see you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. Is your election and the election of Andrea Campbell, who replaces longtime councilor Charles Yancey, a sign of something big that's happening here in Boston right now?
I'd like to think that it's a reaction to a desire to make some changes in the city of Boston, and that we want a city council that's more reflective of not just the race and gender in the city of Boston, but our experiences as a city. And I think that what I bring to the table as part of that experience is my time as a school teacher.
And were you surprised that, well, first of all, we have three out of the 4 at-large members are now women. Were you surprised by this massive change within just one election?
It was certainly surprising. I think that all 4 of us were 2 re-elected and 2 new women to the Boston City Council. But during the campaign, you don't really pay attention to sort of the noise that's happening around you. You're incredibly focused on your work at hand. And I often get asked the question, are you surprised? And I go, I'm not really surprised, because I know the work that I put into this race. I know the work that my campaign volunteers put into this race. So a little shocked, certainly elated and thrilled, but not surprised.
I want to talk specifically about changes you might see coming to the people from Boston who are watching us this morning. What changes might they see in the next year or 2 because of the changing face of the city council?
Sure. I think that we're going to talk about, as a city council, more of the issues that affect our families in the city of Boston. I'm a parent, mother of 4 children. Our schools, our assignment process, work on really improving the quality of education in every school, talk about some of our transportation costs. For me, talk about the effect of homelessness on our families and especially our school-age children in the city of Boston.
But Annissa, these are high hurdles. These aren't, grabbing a can of paint and painting a house in a corner here. That's a major hurdle to go. Many major hurdles to go.
And I think you'll have a city council starting in January that's not afraid to hop those hurdles and to work through them.
Can you give me one example of something that the city council has been hesitant to do, has not done, has voted against, that you think now that it will do, that will be a major change for Bostonians?
Sure. I think that one of the things the council hasn't done over the last few years, for sure, is really grab hold of that bully pulpit and really speak from it and speak loudly from it. The other problem that we have in the city... Does that bully pulpit, though, exist in Boston?
Doesn't the mayor hold the bully pulpit?
No. Well, I think the mayor holds part of it.
Yeah.
But by the design of our charter, the real power that the city council has is that power of the bully pulpit. And the other problem has been is that a lot of members of the media aren't paying attention to some of the work that is happening at the city council, because we're focused and you're focused on the work that the mayor's doing and missing some of the work that we could be doing at the city council.
So should the mayor be a little surprised, or should the mayor be expecting for you to grab some of that spotlight from him in the next year?
Well, and I'm not concerned about the spotlight. I'm a school teacher. We just want to get to work, and we want to do the business that needs to be done. And I think that the mayor has a partnership with the city council, for sure, and recognizes that important relationship that exists between his office and our city council.
So is it going to be a stronger partnership and a more obvious partnership than it has in the past? Is that what you're saying?
I certainly hope so.
Let's expand the conversation a little bit. And because Boston is obviously a major city in the United States, and across America, urban communities are struggling with their relationship with police. Where is Boston in this transition period in your eyes?
Boston's been in a great place, I think, overall in general. And there are certainly specific instances where there haven't been great relationships, but we've done an incredible job in the city of Boston working to create really thick bonds between our police in our communities with our community policing program. And again, there's still lots of work to be done when it comes to continuing those relationships and growing deeper relationships between our neighborhoods and between our police department.
How comfortable are communities of color with local law enforcement here in Boston, like compared to other cities?
I think more comfortable, and that's why we've seen a better dialogue between the two, between these communities of colors and our police department. We have made some great gains in the Boston Police Department with diversifying the force. We still have work to do, of course. That the Commissioner Evans and his team have been so open to the conversation about body cameras and bringing on the pilot. That's incredibly important, and I think that opens the conversation to that happening.
Let me cut in there. Is that a good idea?
I think the pilot's an incredible idea. I think that's what we need to do.
What about actually implementing it?
We have to do the pilot.
Right.
I think that's incredibly important. It's a great first step, and let's take a look at how it works, how it operates, how it affects that community policing relationship. Let's talk about how much it costs. Let's talk about data, how we're saving the data, how we're using the data.
Yeah, but weigh the cost versus the value. I mean, the value
That's
of being able to see.
That's what a pilot program does. It tests that out.
Right.
On the other hand, there are some who argue, forget about the pilot program, let's just go for it. It's the only way to protect people on the streets and to make sure that there's a record, and the police officers as well.
Right.
And so perhaps the pilot program is too little to, at this point, that you should just go for it? No, you don't agree?
No, I don't think so, especially with the investment and sort of the implementation and the aftermath. When we have video, what do we do with it? How do we use it? How do we protect people's civil rights with that video? And how do we use it when it needs to be done in a court of law?
And that also opens up a whole box, because, for example, video can be manipulated. Video can be edited. Video can be paused. It can be altered in time. So there have to be many ways to work within that video.
Right, and I think that's what the benefit of a pilot program is. Let's test it out. Let's tease it out. Let's see how it works.
Couple of years.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the timeline is, what an appropriate timeline for a pilot program may be. Maybe a few years, it may be 2, it may be 4. I think it's probably on that lower end. I think pretty quickly we'll see some real results to the body cam pilot
This
test.
isn't a pilot program. This is the Oterra Pop Quiz.
Here we go.
So you don't get
let me just say.
Go.
I teach high school.
Okay.
So I'm usually on the other end of this.
Are your students watching you now? This is good. Question
well,
one.
I teach high school. They're probably still in bed.
Question one.
My kids are up, though.
You have been a teacher at East Boston High School since 2001. Which one of your new colleagues is a graduate of East Boston High School?
Oh, Councilor LaMattina.
Very good.
And I
1978.
coached his daughter when she was 7 years old in summer softball.
1 for 1.
Liana LaMattina.
Question 2. A significant Boston landmark bears the family name of one of your new colleagues, and that is? A significant Boston landmark bearing the family name.
Oh, the Zakim Bridge. Oh,
Josh,
my goodness.
Josh Zakim.
I'm so nervous. This is how my kids must feel.
You're 2 for 2, though. You're perfect. We continue on the record.
High stakes testing.
Stay with us.